pretty sure that we can all agree that the US has never been the most open or welcoming when it comes to immigrants. And in our history, Asians have had to jump over obstacle just to get to the standing that they have now. And back in the 1850s, there is a whole period of time where the US started to bring single Chinese males to come to this country and work as factory workers, farmers, and even work on the railroad. Well, just from them being over here, it caused a whole movement called the Chinese Must Go movement, which was so strong that it dropped the Chinese immigration level from 39,500 in 1882 to 10 in 1887, which is a very large drop, especially having 10 people come from one country just because we did not see them as equal and we were threatened by them because they took the jobs that the US was open to them having, especially since the Chinese population only made up 0.002% of the US population. That is not a large amount, especially with how many people there were in the US and even now. I mean, even in today's society, Asians have to go through stereotypes such as, we eat dogs, or we're extremely smart. Having the stereotype that you're extremely smart is not always an advantage, such as colleges see us if we do not meet the expectations that they think they have in their heads, such as someone who has straight A's is good at math and science, when in reality, not all of us have that same ability to be as smart in everything, and that can drop our chances. Especially, there are certain places that will not accept you just because you're not white. And that is not always, very exciting to see yourself as not being able to have a job just because you are of a different race. I mean, my own mother, who owns a nail salon and does extremely hard 12-hour days for 6 days a week, and sits with one person for an hour, does really hard labor, still gets treated very rudely by some of the customers that walk in. We, as a society, do not see Asians as being we're still a minority, but we are not a large minority compared to, say, like little groups from certain countries in Europe. But we are the group that I would say, when someone throws a stereotype at us, people laugh and do not see it as big of an issue as it is, such as if you say an African American can't do this, can't do that, there is a bigger jump to that person who says that quote when it comes to someone saying, like, I get asked if I eat dogs daily. No, I am not going to eat your dog. I apologize that I'm not going to eat your dog, but that joke can be funny, but if I hear it every day, it gets kind of annoying. And when someone says that to me, they don't see it as a racist term, they see it as a funny joke. And in the US's history, the Japanese had to go through internment camps because of World War II, and that affected 17,000 people and more just because of having Japanese descent in them. That is not something that is seen as a big deal, especially in today's society. Asians as a whole in this country have certain things that they have to pretty much jump to, or people see them as something that they are not. And I do give credit, we do not have it as bad as a large portion of people in this country, especially Hispanics and African Americans. But people do not see the jokes or the past that the US has had towards treatment of Asians as a big deal, which I believe is a bit more concerning, especially because Asians are one of the biggest minorities in this country. It's not exactly the most welcoming, especially when you can just walk down a hallway and you get called chink for no apparent reason. It's not exactly something that I believe is frowned upon as much as it should be. And it's just very tiring sometimes, I would say. And it pretty much, I would say, there needs to be more media and work to get that fixed. Thank you.